And we're catching the action of game number 2 between SeleCT and IdrA. SeleCT is playing as the red Terran on the left hand side, and IdrA is playing as the blue Zerg on the right hand side. And at the very beginning, SeleCT decided to bring an SCV over to the base of IdrA, and he is building an engineering bay on top of the place that IdrA wants to build a hatchery. And this drone is not too happy, picking away this engineering bay at 5 HP per hit. Engineering bay is the weapon of choice because it builds at about half the time of the barracks. It has, I think, about 3/4 the HP of the barracks, so pound for pound it is the most useful choice for trying to block someone else, because it goes up fast and it functions pretty much the same as a barracks, but it can't build units. But it does block off your opponent quite well, as the extractor has finished before the spawning pool, and the refinery is going up for SeleCT at the moment, as well as barracks inside of his base. And if we take a look at the engineering bay, it is going down slowly, bit by bit, surely, but it will get there eventually. One queen is coming, and a couple of Zergling is going to spawn for IdrA at any moment. IdrA needs to win this game, as he did lose game number 1. If he were to lose this game, he would be out of the tournament, because earlier Nazgul beat him in a series, and whoever loses 2 series, I think, is going to be out of the contention for the champion of the MLG Dallas edition. And a couple of Zerglings running across. He does manage to take down that engineering bay. It was not cancelled, and the hatchery is going to go up for IdrA. That is quite delayed, and a Marine is coming out. Marine and Micro is, I think, SeleCT's very, very strongest point, because he does micro them so well. He does squeeze the last ounce out of every unit's worth, and that SCV looks like it's going to get trapped, or possibly, maybe not. And the SCV stops at the watchtower, and the SCV is going to move again, but it still dies. Metabolic boost is being researched for the Zergling speed. One tech lab is being attached to the barracks at the moment. We don't really know what's up SeleCT's sleeve, but we do know he does have the 1-game lead, so he could play it safe if he wants to. And Marines are going to come here to shoot at the Overlord, as the Zerglings were trying to hit that SCV over there. It does manage to get him lower on HP, but the Marines did come over to help. So we see 1 factory, 1 barracks at the moment, and if we take a look inside the base of IdrA, he does only have 1 gas. The second base is about to come online. There's 1 SCV sitting next to the destructible rocks on the side of IdrA, as IdrA is getting lair immediately. Maybe he wants to go really, really fast mutilus on 2 base. That is not a bad idea, as his opponent does have 2 gases at the moment. Both players does have about the same amount of mineral intake per minute, but the gas intake is going to go to SeleCT, as he does have that double gas, and he will be getting the stim pack, as well as a second barracks, along with a starport. Very, very good choices there. I think it will allow him to do drops that he is very well known for, because he's so good at his micro, constantly microing his units and also macroing his economy at the same time. We do see the medevac is going to be coming out for SeleCT very, very soon, and the SCV is going inside the base, but does die. As we take a look at the unit army count right now at 37 versus 38, pretty much dead even so far in this game. We see more Hellions being produced, as well as medevacs. Perhaps we will see a medevac Marine drop, as this Hellion is trying to haul his butt into his base. The Zergling trying to get a nice round on him. He needs to open the gate at his base. Can he do it? Ooh, he does barely make it back in time, and this Hellion will be able to survive to fight another day. The Spire does go down, as I suspected, and he does and should be getting 4 gases, and he does have it up, and he should be putting the 3 drones in there anytime. And if we take a look at the income tab for both players, there is a substantial difference in terms of gas. Now IdrA does take the lead with his 4 gas, but he is about the same in terms of minerals with his opponent. Those mules do help SeleCT tremendously to regain the income that he does not have, going on only 1 base. And we see a drop coming from SeleCT, as he's going to load up mostly Marines, 1 Marauder, and I think 1 Hellion. And there's going to be 1 Overseer that does see this coming, so he's going to be perfectly ready for it. There's a couple of Queens over here. A Spinecrawler is also going to get into position as well. And we might see a drop right here, right now. The Hellions and Marines are going to try to toasty up some of these drones on the side, but will he be able to do it? He does try to take down the spine crawler immediately, and some of the Zerglings are getting into the mix. Some of the drones are getting shot. Zerglings are getting shot. That is very, very nice micro from SeleCT as he's moving all the way across the map. And he's getting quite a number of kills there, particularly the units lost tab. He actually has lost more units because IdrA has managed to take down that medevac. IdrA is going to retaliate with some of these mules against these Marines, and the Marines don't really stand a chance as life is going back to normal for these drones as they're getting back on the minerals. But he really needs to put some drones back on gas as he's doing now, as these mules are leaving the base of IdrA. They're heading into the base of SeleCT, and SeleCT doesn't have too much stuff. He only has 12 Marines. Where are his 12 Marines? I believe they're in a dropship over here. If you take a look at the minimap, he's gonna drop IdrA actually. So most of his forces are over here in the corner. We can take a look at the lower right hand side of your screen later on to keep tabs on that. And IdrA is wreaking havoc inside the base of SeleCT. He's taking down these SCVs while IdrA is getting shot at in his own base, and his probes or his drones are gonna move about, but the Marines are giving chase to him. In the meantime, IdrA is still shooting at the supply depots, and he's also moving his units back and forth. A lot of drone has went down for IdrA, and IdrA wasn't able to do too much damage that time as it was pretty much even, exchanging blows. There's about 300 difference separating these two players. As the drop is still there, the medevac finally gets taken down. Another drop is coming from SeleCT, this time dropping on the west side instead of the east side. The mules on their way to the base of SeleCT will be able to see it and probably take down these no problem. Take a look at the units lost tab right now. IdrA has closed the gap with the last drop from these medevacs, and it looks like they're actually really close right now as this Hellion is trying to get, the Hellion does get one more kill from that drone as that drone is burned to smithereens. Army size right now 35 to 51. SeleCT is hurting quite a bit, I think because he did slip up a little bit on his macro as he was trying to micro all those units. A couple of Marines moving back and forth, and this medevac is going to run out of energy eventually as these Marines are constantly stemming up and trying to run in and run out and trying to run in and run out. And this SCV does save the supply depot, preventing it from going up in flames. Very nice play there. If we see inside the base of SeleCT, he does have, it looks like, 3 barracks and 1 factory and 1 Stargate, and he also has 1 engineering bay inside his base, possibly getting that +1 upgrade. Not quite just yet. He is getting the combat shield for his Marines, and they will be able to take down 1 Mulus, and every Mulus that gets shot down will be able to help SeleCT a reasonable amount. If we take a look at army size right now, 46 against 64. Advantage for IdrA as IdrA is coming in here once again trying to take down that supply depot. Won't be happening as the supply depots are all relatively put close together in a very nice pattern around the base. IdrA's coming in once again with the Mutalisk, and there is going to be another drop coming in the middle of the map perhaps. And IdrA is gonna fly away a little bit as we can see this little red speck is flying across the middle of the map as IdrA is perhaps waiting for another chance to strike. And we will see another drop occurring at the natural expansion for IdrA as these units are being unloaded by the medevac. They do stem up and they're running inside. And I think IdrA did suspect that a little bit. He does fall back and he's gonna come over here and defend, but he does manage to take down 2 of those drones. Not really worth it for that exchange. IdrA does go at leap ahead in terms of the units not lost. Some Marines being dropped and are being healed by the medevac. We take a look at the unit counting station right now. We see 14, 16 Marines, 17 Marines, and 2 medevacs, whereas we see 14, 15 Mutalisks coming in here to do some damage. And we do see about the double number of drones for IdrA. He's at 42 versus 27 for SeleCT. SeleCT is very weak right now as he needs more medevacs, and those medevacs are running out of energy because those Marines are stemming every single time the Mules are coming in. Mules are coming in once again, trying to harass some of these SCVs. We'll be able to take down all 3 SCVs. I believe those SCVs are going to go outside to make some missile turrets before the base does land, because he does have a command center getting ready, possibly turning into a orbital command before it goes and lands in the natural expansion. And Starport doesn't have enough room for a reactor. I think he would have liked a reactor on that Starport. Baneling's nest was complete, and now he's going to work on the side rocks and take down the SCV that was waiting here all along. Centrifugal hooks, very important upgrade for the Banelings, making them that much faster, that much deadlier against the Terran Ball of Doom. And these medevacs are very low in energy. This medevac has 2, this one has 1, and this one has 31. These Marines are not full on HP. And if we take a look at the army size right now, IdrA is massing up quite nicely, having a very good unit mix, especially against Marines, Banelings, and Mules, which is exactly what you want, forcing this Orbital Command to lift once again, and checking for the natural expansion for any structure that his opponent might have built. A lot more Banelings and Mules coming out, and we do see +1 armor being upgraded after the +1 weapon has been complete for the infantry units for Select. Mules coming in here trying to snipe off the supply depot. Ooh, will he be able to? Very, very close. It is burning, and he does take it down. He can probably run in some Banelings if he wants to right now, but there is tank with siege mode inside, and he's trying to take down this barracks at the same time. Army size right now 70 to 112. The gap is widening ever so slightly, and there's 2 siege tanks inside the base of Select on a very defensive position as he's trying to figure out how can he get outside, because he only has these 5 mineral patches and they're very quickly running out. He's running out of time, and IdrA's very, very quickly approaching a critical mass of Ultralisk as he's flying around, but he does get sniped. +1 ground armor is currently being upgraded by IdrA at the moment, as Select is still trying to find a way outside of his base. He really needs to get out now because there are simply not that many minerals remaining. About approximately 500 minerals left in his main base, and he's going to push out here, and he is making a Thor. The Thor was supply blocked for quite a while there because he was working on trying to micro his army, and a lot of those Banelings do get exploded, not really killing anything over here and over here because the tank fire was so intense. The Banelings falling back with the Mutalisk, but the Select really needs to expand now. There is about 295 minerals left. I can add numbers really fast. Yay. And a couple of Marines are coming out. They are 1-1 upgraded, and they're going to head over to the natural expansion. And the Mules are going to come in here to take this opportunity to take down the tech lab, as well as the tank. One tank is down, the second tank is still there. And if we take a look at the army size right now, 69 to 133, a monster of a macro monster. IdrA is going to probably roll over Select very, very soon. If we take a look at income tab, Select having about 10 times less income in terms of minerals, but he does have only about half the gas of IdrA. IdrA is also spreading some creep on the middle island. And then additional Mulists are joining the fight, as a couple of Banelings are going to probably make their way across the map the long way because he has not taken down the rocks in the middle. A bunker is going to go up, but I think this might be too little too late. And that shot from the Thor actually hurt the Mules quite a bit because the Mules weren't really spread out. And now the Mules do get a nice spread, and will come in here and take down the Thor without any problem. No SCV to repair the Thor, just a bunch of Marines, and Marines is yummy yummy food for Banelings. +1 upgrade is about to be complete for the air attacking units, as another Thor is being produced. I don't think Thor is a solution, as he really needs to focus on collecting, which he is. Mules are going to come around here. He could even put a Nidus Worm here if IdrA likes to do that, and he's going to try to kill some of these SCVs. Does stop mining momentarily, will hurt his income once again. Very, very smart play from IdrA, not wanting to make the mistake, not wanting to give his opponent an opportunity to come back into this game. Army size right now 77, 82, 153, very, very close to double the amount. A lot of Zerglings and Banelings on the way, and these Hydralisks, Zergling and Baneling, is going to go in a 2-prong attack perhaps. One in the natural expansion working on these SCVs. SCVs are going to fall very, very quickly to these Mulists, but the Marines do come over and defend, and there's a lot of missile turrets. And missile turrets are very, very good against Mulists, but not in that great number of amount of stuffs. And what am I saying? There's 2 refineries going up, and this game should be over very soon, as IdrA is probably going to aim to hit for 200 possibly, and the sound just cut out for the music for some reason, and the Zergling and the Banelings are getting ready. The Mulists are shooting at the destructible debris. I wish there was sound, and the Thor is a little bit confused. It was spinning in circles in the smoke. It couldn't see the Mulists through the smoke, and the Mulists are waiting. I believe he's waiting for 200 or maybe 300, even though 300 doesn't exist. And if we take a look at the army right now, 174 to 91, and I think he's going to go for another drop. We see a huge battle going in here. Zerglings rushing in, Banelings rushing in, Mulists rushing in, just everything rushing in, and there is just blood everywhere. And there's so many SCVs, so many delicious SCVs. Marines are dying, SCVs are dying. Both players do GG. Hope you guys enjoy that. There's game number 3, the deciding factor to determine who will have the chance to possibly win this series. So I'll see you guys at game number 3. If you like what you see, please do subscribe. Thanks for listening and watching. Later.